Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Esther Berzinski's podcast, Baptism Party, broadcasting live on Esther's Facebook page and on Esther's Breeze Twitch account that she just opened up moments ago. This is an absolute honor and pleasure for me to be here tonight with Esther to open up her podcast, to launch her podcast. This is something that Esther totally deserved because she's an absolutely amazing voice artist and a great actor. And I remember a while back, she was talking to me about wanting to do some podcasting and what have you. And she didn't really know how to go about it. So I said, you know what, Esther, I'm going to offer you my help. I'm going to help you out. And we're going to get this podcast going for you. I'm going to help you launch it, give you that little nudge that you needed. And there you go. You got your podcast going. Esther's very lucky because I had to wait a long time to have a techie on my podcast. But first podcast, she's launching the show. She's already got a techie. Lucky her. Because, a techie takes a lot of the work away. What a techie does is actually when the comments are going to be popping up and all that, he takes care of that or she takes care of it, depending on the person. And, it's a great help to have, right? So for tonight, it's going to be basically a basic podcast because it's the first one. We just want Esther to dip her toe into the ocean and get a taste of what podcasting is. So, I want to bring on the techie, introduce the techie to you. The lucky guy is going to be working with Esther because this podcast, my prediction, is going to be one of the best podcasts out there. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the techie on the Esther's Breeze podcast, Mr. Fernando Renzo.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, Robert. Fernando.
How are you?
I'm excited. How about you? How are you doing?
Very excited for Esther. I mean, she's been excited since last night, since you talked about it, and we've been setting up equipment. At the end of the day today, we set up more equipment. She's very calm. Yes.
Well, that was actually my next question because I was kind of concerned. Is she okay? I mean,
she's all right. She's all right. She's gonna do great.
She didn't pass out. She's good.
She'll be good. I got something first, so she doesn't pass out.
Excellent. But you know what? She won't because she's a professional. She's great, and you know what? I'm not even worried.
Yeah,
honestly, I'm not even worried. Nando, you got something special to commemorate this very special moment, I believe.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I will be taking care of this.
Well, you look at that. That is absolutely amazing. They got a champagne bottle to commemorate this memorable moment. Esther, you waited a long time for this, and you're finally there. It's going to happen. You're going to break the ice. Don't worry. It's going to be okay. Everybody's been through it. It's okay to be a little bit nervous, but you're going to be absolutely amazing. So, folks, help me out over here, right? We need all those encouraging comments, all those reactions. Show your love to Esther tonight and have Esther know that you love her as a podcaster and you want her back and you want her to have one of the greatest shows out there. The time has come, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time to bring on the star and the host of Esther's Breeze. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Esther Berzinski.
Hey, hi. Thank you so much, Robert. I so appreciate you doing all this. This is nuts, but exciting.
This is my profound pleasure. And I'm absolutely delighted to be here. And just in case you don't realize, yes, we are actually live right now.
I think it's amazing. I'm very excited. Yes.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling a little nervous, but mostly excited because this is something that we have talked about on and off for a while. It's not something I thought about a lot, but I was very fascinated by how you got into podcasting and I started asking you a lot of questions about it. And I think you start to get the feeling that maybe I had a bit of an interest in it myself.
And I was always convinced since the very beginning, since the first moment I met you.
Really?
Yes, I just recognize that immense talent you got. You're an amazing voice artist and a very, very brilliant actor.
You are too kind. Thank you.
And I think it's time. Where has Nando gone?
Oh, Fernando is, right, he's got it.
Fernando, I think it's time to pop that cork.
Oh,
there you go.
What an explosion.
Let's pour the champagne.
Yes. My favorite, actually.
Esther, you've broken the ice. You're 5 minutes into the podcast and we're still here. Hey, congratulations, Esther and Fernando.
Thank you so much.
All the best for your podcast.
Thank
you. May you experience the biggest of success stories out there.
Thank you, Robert.
Salud.
Thank you. Salud. Thank you so much. No, really, Robert, if it wasn't for you, that you had actually coerced me last night, we were having this discussion about something completely different. And so you said, oh, yeah, come into my studio, because I don't know if you guys all know that Robert has his own podcast. That's amazing and hilarious. And I had some issues with some items that I had just purchased. And you then said, I think it's time for you to have your own podcast. And I thought you were out of your mind. and then we ended up speaking for about 2 hours on the phone. And basically you convinced me to do this. So this morning I woke up and I joined Twitch. I created a YouTube page, which is not activated because it takes 24 hours to activate. And also opened the StreamYard studio with you. So this is great.
Esther, I swear I am absolutely thrilled to be here. And by the way, folks, okay, this is very important. By tomorrow, I urge you to go on to Esther's Breeze YouTube channel and you want to go subscribe to her channel. Hit the notification bell because every time Esther puts something out there, you'll be the first to know.
Yes, and I plan to put out quite a bit of content, hopefully.
But yeah, Esther, you know what? I feel that you're really comfortable and you really got into the role of the podcaster. And be honest with me, are you feeling a lot better now?
Yeah, I feel fine. I'm actually curious to know about you. I mean, enough about me.
Okay. Go ahead. It's your show, Esther.
I'm already bored. So I was curious as to how you, Robert, got into podcasting. Like, what inspired you?
Well, it goes back a very, very long time. It goes back to my youth. I've always had, it's not only podcasting, it's the whole communication arts thing. I always had a vivid interest in communication arts. Just going back as a child, I loved radio, television, filmmaking, voice work. And I remember going back like many, many years. I used to play street hockey with my friends. And if you remember Hockey Night in Canada back in the time.
Of course.
With Danny Gallivan, and you're about my age, I think, anyway.
A little older, but that's not good. Okay.
Danny Gallivan and Dick Irvin, for me, like they are the most amazing duo out there ever to being broadcasting hockey. So as I was playing hockey, I was doing the play-by-play commentary like Danny Gallivan. And then when the goal was scored, regardless my team or their team, well, I would actually have everybody stop the play and I would have everybody reenact how the goal was scored as if we're seeing a replay on TV. So I would be reenacting that, pinching my nose, transforming my voice into Dick Irvin as a color commentary, the analyst. And then I'd go back to Danny Gallivan. And then as time went on, my love for writing, journalism, television and movies, it just got greater and greater and greater. I remember I used to go watch movies. I'd get out of the theater and I was Darth Vader fighting Luke Skywalker. I was reenacting, the whole thing. And even like up until recently, Castaway, I must have watched that about 88 times. And I knew all of Tom Hanks's lines.
That's a great movie. Great movie.
Yeah. So, it's a story that dates like way, way, way back.
Wow, that's amazing. And in addition to your podcasting, you also have this web series called Daily Struggles, which is absolutely hilarious. I love it. From day one, I started watching. I started posting about it. Guys, you've got to watch this. And it had a very homegrown feel to it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
As a matter of fact, Daily Struggles is it all started off, okay, because we're all intertwined and connected here. Because my co-stars, two of them, two of them are on my podcast as well. There's Jenny Duhame,
right? Yes.
Who plays Sala, and she's the producer of Rob's Inner Circle, my podcast. And then you got Patty Saragosa, who's the original cast member with me, and she's the techie on our show. It took me a while to get a techie, so Patty was there from the beginning as a supporter with Rob's Inner Circle. We just asked her, come on as a techie. And what happened is that I got the idea of doing something with Patty because Patty is an amazing actress.
Oh, she really is. Yeah.
She's got a big background in theatrical performance. And we've been friends for over 30 years. Our moms used to hang out back in the home country in Italy. They used to, as teenagers, imagine. That's how far back we go.
Wow.
So, her parents moved here with my parents, and then we rekindled our relationship in terms of paisanos, right? So I asked Patty, I go, hey Patty, you know what? You want to try doing a couple of skits with me? Because originally it was supposed to be for a movie. I wasn't too
sure. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, Daily Struggles was supposed to be a movie.
Wow.
And I didn't know exactly which avenue to take. And then I go, you know what? Let's just try a skit. So we tried a skit. It's the pilot. It's episode 1.
Right.
And, you mind if I plug the show?
Please go ahead. I insist.
If you folks go on either on the Daily Struggles sitcom channel on YouTube or on the Bobby's Shorts channel, you go on the Daily Struggles playlist. You can see all of our episodes. And episode 1, the pilot, that's the one I shot with Patty over here. We were just having some fun, and then we did that episode, and we saw the audience. It was a great reaction, and we go,
"Oh, yeah, absolutely! It was hilarious."
I go, Patty, you want to do another one? Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, so we did another one, and Patty and I had a live show on Friday nights before the pandemic really got into its the worst part of it, when we were still able to kind of hang out, but with the distancing, with the 6 feet apart type of thing. And I had my good friend, Art Leduc, because I'm a retired city bus driver on the South Shore of Montreal.
Okay.
And Art Leduc was my passenger. And I had known him for many years. And I introduced Art Leduc to Jenny, who became his agent, and she was my agent at the same time. And then after having him on the show, Patty goes, you know what? I love that guy. This guy's got a great voice. So next thing you know, Art becomes a narrator of Daily Struggles in episode 2.
Right. I remember that.
By episode 4, I asked Jenny, I go, hey, Jen, you know what? I don't know. I just thought I'd ask you. I go, you want to come on the show as an actress? She goes, the universe has heard me. She put it out there. She wanted to do that. And then I just happened to ask her. I guess I must have picked up the waves or something. So I asked her to come on, and she came on episode 4, episode 5. What happened episode 5? Okay, she was there in episode 5. Okay, episode 4, she and I were still narrators. By episode 5, they materialized. And episode 6, we had that the episode with the genie in the park.
Yeah, that was very, very well done. I like that episode.
Dushas the Impeccable.
Right. I think he has his own Facebook page, if I'm correct.
Yes, he does. Exactly. Yes.
It was an overnight sensation, literally.
And you know what? He's actually, our show is getting a lot of attention in Japan and the Philippines for some odd reason, But hey, it's okay. I won't argue. And we go to episode 7. One of our classmates at MSOPA. And by the way, you know what? I think we're going to give a shout out to MSOPA.
Absolutely, so well deserved.
I'm going to finish with this. We're going to give MSOPA a huge shout out.
Okay.
And then episode 7, It was Miriam Lopez, one of our classmates that was brought onto the show with Jeff Alminio.
Right.
They were brought on. And then in episode 8, which actually was season 2, episode 1, Esther was cast as the news reporter. And anyways, the show just like kept growing and growing and growing. And lo and behold, we got noticed by Rise Up TV.
That's
and
right.
we signed with Rise Up TV on Roku. And within 2-3 weeks, we should be up and running.
That's so exciting. I'm so happy for you guys. So well deserved.
Well, thank you so much. And you know what? We're into like giving people a chance, to live their dream, to act. And from MSOPA, there are 10 people who are from MSOPA who have been on our show, had cameo roles, have been cast on the show. And in terms of giving out a shout out to MSOPA, to JOSA, and all of the amazing teachers there.
Yeah.
And help me out, Esther, because you've been there for a longer time than me.
Oh yeah, I took classes for 2 years with it's actually the Montreal School of Performing Arts, MSOPA, and JOSA Mall is the director, and she's also a casting agent, a great casting agent, I may add. And I've been taking many of the classes. And then, of course, the pandemic happened and everything went on to Zoom. But that didn't stop them. They're doing incredibly well. The class is full.
Okay. She's giving classes right now on the Zoom platform.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? I can give shout outs to some of the teachers I know there. And please help me if I miss anyone. Of course, there's the amazing Joseph Mall. You got Terrence Bowman, who teaches improv comedy.
And foundation and some other courses as well.
Okay, you also got Susan Bain.
Yes.
Okay, and there's Paula Davis.
Paula Davis, yeah, she does voiceover and foundation, correct.
Okay, who else is there?
I'm not familiar with the other teachers.
Well, you know what? If we miss anybody, we're very sorry. But a big shout out to MSOPA, and thank you so much. I can talk about myself is that I'm grateful for the great training that I got. And the reason why we cast people on Daily Struggles from MSOPA is because I saw for myself firsthand how well the teachers teach the students. It's just amazing.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
So Esther, talk to us about your Esther B Accessories.
Yeah, so you see in the back. So in 2003, I actually started Esther B Accessories. That's when my son became old enough to go to high school, and I basically worked out of the basement, and I eventually went and rented part of a store for many years, and then from that I went into pop-up sales. And in January 2020, I decided to wind down a bit. Ironically, it was like a few months before the pandemic, and concentrate more on my voiceover work and acting. So, but I had been doing it for a very, very long time. Yeah, loved it. Always loved fashion accessories. And it was always something that no matter, what size I was, because, starting young and having children, and then, you change, your body changes. There was always accessories that never, it never changed in terms of size and whatnot. So I always found a great joy in playing with accessories, and I loved selling the accessories as well.
I'm picking up some vibrations from you, Esther.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm feeling the way you're feeling right now, and you are above the clouds right now. You are totally excited about being on your show right now. By this, at this time, you're not even nervous anymore. You're just like way up there.
Well, thanks to you, Robert. Seriously, it's thanks to you, because you make it easy. We're just having a conversation here like we did last night for 2 hours.
Well, I can talk the talk, right?
Oh, that's for sure. No, but I appreciate it. Seriously, I do appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. Absolutely. And I love your backdrop. How did you, and see, guys, the technical stuff, this is the stuff that I have to learn. So this is actually my basement. Like, I don't have what Robert has, this fancy, I don't know what's going on there. And then there's a couch, but then there's a microphone near your ear. It's confusing.
Okay, well, actually, guys, the secret is the cat's out of the bag.
All right.
I painted my wall green. It's the green that they use at Mel's movie studio. My
Right.
son works at Sherwin-Williams. Okay, and he's a rep, and he's the one that provides the Mel movie studios with the special green paint that the color.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's so interesting.
The wall is green, and then because it's a green screen, you can put anything. So it's like a fake background.
Right. I definitely have to learn how to do that. I love the effect. It's amazing.
Well, we're going to be, giving you a chance to do that because right now, there's a lot to learn on StreamYard. So Esther, you know what? As part of your training here, as we go along,
Yes.
how about flashing a nice banner that, something that you prepared?
Okay, let's see if
Esther is in the learning process right now.
there
There you go. Hey,
Esther's Breeze.
there you go. Hey, Esther,
Yes.
what'd you call your show, Esther's Breeze?
It's about just conversing in a relaxed manner, just like shooting the breeze. And also, I have a very good friend. I hope she's watching. Her name is Susan, and she used to call me Breezy.
Oh,
that was my nickname. Yeah. She still refers to me as Breezy. So, ironically, the character I play on Daily Struggles is called Evie Breeze. So I don't know, the stars were aligned, and I decided to call it Esther's Breeze, and basically to shoot the breeze. So it's a less formal, more casual, just chatting. We didn't even prepare. We're just doing this in a very spontaneous way, and that's what I prefer. I just want it to just flow naturally, like you're having a conversation. And I find that people are really missing that social contact, and just to sit and chat. And I have to tell you, and I know I added you to this new app called Clubhouse, and that's what that's all about. If people are on this app, you have to be invited, and they just go into rooms and they chat. And there's moderators, and the people are brought up onto stage, and they get to ask questions from people they would never have the chance to be in the room with. So, and that is, in fact, because of what we're going through. I just feel there's just this need for a casual, relaxed conversation. So that's what Esther's Breeze is all about. It's breezy, it's easy, and we're shooting the breeze. That's what we're doing.
You're very good at this. You make it look so breezy.
That's because you make it so easy. So we can go rhyming forever.
Wow, we could have a lot of fun with this. Esther, this is your show. Don't be shy. Ask me all the questions you want to know. What's my favorite food? Chef Boyardee? Not really.
So
okay.
Tell me about your acting.
Yeah, my acting.
Before Daily Struggles and the podcasting, I know that there's a story about how you got cast as a plumber. I really I want people to hear that. It's a great story.
Oh my God. Okay. I was sent out to auditions many times, and there are some auditions which were absolutely great. Others were horrendous. And the audition for Being Human, it was a television series shot here in Montreal, a remake of the British one. Okay. But it was the American series, but shot in Montreal. And I was at Elite Casting, and Rosina Bucci, she's part of the Organigram that, she runs the, I don't know exactly what her function is there, but she's one of the higher end people there. And I go to that audition, and I remember she came on the show, and it's funny, she said it exactly the way I felt it. I walked in there, and I spotted right away. You must know Joey Elias.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Joey Elias was there casting for the exact same role.
Oh, you're kidding.
I was casting for. And I saw other people, they were reading their lines. And I told myself, I go, what in God's name am I doing here? It's like, now, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. It's like, it's a natural reaction, right? What in God's name am I doing here? It's like, Joey Elias, forget it. He had his own show on CJAD.
I remember.
There's other familiar faces that I've seen in other auditions. It's like, you know what? I'm here now, so might as well go. I walk into the audition room, and I knew this audition off book. I mean, I totally nailed it at home. I said, before I saw Joey Elias and the other guys that I knew, I said, I might actually have a chance. I go into the audition room. I totally blew the audition. I stumbled on my lines. And this is the advice I'm going to give to all you folks out there who are actors. You go for auditions. You know what I did? I just totally improvised the whole thing. I came up with something new. Okay, and the people auditioning were actually smiling, but I'm telling myself, these people are saying, this guy is like, what a sore story. I thought, I was like getting laughed at, but that's not what happened. Actually, what I found out afterwards is that they were actually enjoying what was going on. So even though I didn't deliver the lines I was supposed to deliver, I made something up. It went well. I didn't know that, right? I walk out of there. I called Jenny, my agent. I said, Jenny, you know what? I think I've had it with acting. I think that's it. No, it was the most horrendous audition I've ever had. I feel like crap. No, I can't take this anymore. She goes, oh, you're being too hard on yourself. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time. It could happen. It's okay. 2 months go by.
2 months.
I get a phone call. Yeah, hello, this is so-and-so from Wardrobe, from Being Human. I stop and they're, what's that? Yeah, this is so-and-so from for the Wardrobe. When can you come for your fitting? I go, excuse me, I must have missed something here. I'm calling you for your fitting for the role of the plumber. I go, but I never got the role. She goes, what are you talking about? Your name is Robert DeLassio, right? I go, yeah. Well, you're cast here to come as the plumber for a fitting. I go, are you serious? Can you run that by me again? So she told me, and it's like, okay, so I got the role. Is that it? Yeah. Oh, I can be there in 5 minutes. But anyways, they give me an appointment like for the following day, whatever. I call up Jenny on the phone. I go, Jen, are you aware that I was cast for the role of Being Human? She goes, no way. I go, yeah. They just called me and called me for a fitting. Does that mean I got the role? She was ecstatic. She goes, oh, you see, you gave up and, you wanted to throw the story. And I got the role. I'm there. Oh, my God, this is crazy. And what I found amazing is that I had my own lodge. What do you call it? Is it a lodge? Is
like
that
a trailer, I guess?
Yeah, a trailer. I have my own trailer.
A lodge would be nice. A lodge would be hitting the big one if you had a lodge.
I feel like a trailer park boy. Anyway, I had my own trailer. I had my outfits in there, and then all of a sudden they called me up for makeup. They were making me up, fixing my hair, taking measurements like from the lens and all that. I go, holy mackerel, this is really cool. So I ended up doing that. And then the other role of some significance, Robert Zemeckis. You know Robert Zemeckis?
No, I don't.
He directed Tom Hanks on Castaway.
Oh.
He directed Denzel Washington on Flight. He also, I think he did Forrest Gump, if I'm not sure. He did Back to the Future and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, among all the other projects that he did. So I got cast for a role on The Walk. This is Philippe Petit. He's the one back in after the World Trade Centers were first built. The guy does a tightrope walk between the two towers. I mean, talk about courageous. I don't know, man. It's okay. Like there are many ways to have a thrill, but walking a tightrope walk between the two buildings. Anyway, he made it apparently. And so I was cast on that role, and I was sitting right next to Joseph Levitt Gordon. And
wow.
I'm like, he turns around. It's like I'm intimidated. Like, he's got his name in his chair, like Joseph. It's like I don't even dare look at him. Like I'm intimidated. The guy turns around and goes, "Hi, I'm Joe, and you're I'm Rob. Nice to meet you." We started talking. And they're, holy mackerel, this is pretty cool. I'm talking to a Hollywood star over here. It was amazing. So anyways, the time came that we had to go shoot the scene. And I remember that I was dressed as a World Trade Center guard. And there was a whole bunch of other extras there. And Robert Zemeckis was giving me instructions on there. Oh my God, is this real? This is not real. It's like Robert Zemeckis is giving me directions. He goes, "Hey, Robert, can you give me a nice Brooklyn accent? I want to hear you say, can you get that door for me?" I go, sure, Mr. Zemeckis. Can you get that door for me? Brilliant. Okay, guys, we're ready to shoot. So we did the scene a few times, and I'm there. Oh my God, this is like, wow, this is so unreal. So I did the scene, and I ended up going to talk with him, and I said, "Mr. Zemeckis, I'm totally thrilled to be here. Thank you so much." Then I started talking to him about the movies he's done, and I had a good half-hour chat with the man, and he's absolutely brilliant. And I've done other little roles here and there in Fatal Vows, Strangers in the House, and I had a lot of fun. I've been at some movie sets. Yeah.
That's amazing. So curious as to how you choose your cast when you do Daily Struggles. Well, what is it that you look for? What strikes you?
Actually, right now we're three. There's Patty, myself, and Jenny.
Right.
We're the one choosing the cast. But back in the day, well, sometimes I'm going to spot someone and I'm going to bring it up as a suggestion. We have a talk about it. And of course, we all have to agree. And then when it's agreed upon, we go ahead with it. Myself and you, we both tune in on Wednesday evenings at 6:30 on Joe Samal's Let's Talk Showbiz.
Yeah, that's a great class. And it's free. That's mind-boggling.
Amazing, right?
And that's how we met.
Exactly. So I'm there, I'm watching, there's like 15 of you, and I'm watching, I'm saying, okay, Miriam Lopez, I want her. Jeff Firmino, I want him. Jeff Lubat, I want him. Esther Berzinski, man, she's so outspoken. She's good, pronounces her words well. I want her. And I'm choosing you guys. And then, hey, girls, what do you think? Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, sure. And, like I said, is that I had the chance to hear you talk and interact with the guests. You have intelligent questions, well thought, pertinent. And I'm telling myself, I go, geez, these people, first of all, I have the confidence, like I said before, I got trained there and I know what I'm getting, because anytime anyone from MSOPA comes on to our set or any set at all, they're well trained. That means be on time, look good, listen to directives, know your lines, know your stuff. And we are drilled with that, right? I mean, it is important. No matter how good we are, and sometimes we think we are. Yeah, I think we are. Josa always finds a way. You know what? You could do better, and she's right. It's you're never good enough. You always have to, have that drive, push to make yourself better, and that is instilled in the students over there, and that's why I have the confidence of casting people from that school.
Yeah, and rightly so. So I'm curious, what are your plans for the future aside from Daily Struggles? Do you guys or you yourself have any other projects in the works?
You know what? I love podcasting. I love Rob's Inner Circle. I want to keep that going like for 100 years. I love Daily Struggles. I want to keep that going for 1,000 years. And I want you to be part of the project as well. You can do some more newscasting. I was thinking of actually having another podcast with a partnered up with someone.
Right.
And, I also would like to shoot a few films. I actually have 2 scripts written, short films.
Wow.
Yeah. And I want to shoot some films as well. So I'm a very busy man.
That's amazing. Wow. Great to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So, Robert, I really, really want to thank you for twisting my arm to do this. I've had a great time. You're an incredible guest. And, guys, if you're interested in being on the podcast with me, please send me a DM. This is really relaxed, really laid back. I'm not just looking for people in such and such industry, just, my neighbor down the street, whatever you have to share. I think it's so important now to be able to express yourself and to be in touch with each other and to just have that interaction, and just shoot the breeze.
Oh, but Esther, as a matter of fact, if you need help getting guests on the show, I can make some suggestions. Of course, we got friends. You got amazing friends.
I'm very fortunate.
That can suggest people, some good quality people that could be on your show. And I just know that your show is going to be an absolute success because you're very devoted. You're professional. You take your work seriously. And I wanted to ask you a question or two, if you don't mind.
Sure. Go ahead.
How do you see the podcast going? Do you see it going like having guests? What type of guests do you think you would like to have?
Well, that's what I just said. It's not just people from a specific industry per se, though there are many areas that I myself am interested in and would love to chat with people about, but also just, a friend, just, a neighbor, anybody who wants to chat. I would love to sit down and just, talk, shoot the breeze. I know I keep saying that, but that's honestly how I feel.
Is there something in particular that, you've told yourself over the years, oh my God, if only I had a radio show, if only I had a podcast, man, is there something you're dying to talk about, you're longing to talk about?
Well, there's I guess a few issues, especially as of late, being of a certain age. Yeah, a little bit about ageism. There's that 100%. A little bit of special needs because that's something I live every day. And, and of course, what we're all going through right now. I mean, it's difficult on everyone. And I think we have to talk about it, like not to be shy to express that this is difficult. And so we need to reach out and just chat. So, yeah, I'd like to talk about that as well. And not only do I think it'll help others, but it'll even help myself. We need that human contact. So this is great. I mean, I so thank you. And you've done, an incredible job just, keeping me at ease and teaching me the technical aspects of it.
Esther, if you'll permit, this is your podcast, of course.
Yes, I know.
I would like to share
protege, so go ahead.
I would like to share something with the audience.
Okay.
No, this is a personal thing because the reason why I'm bringing this up, there's a reason for it. Back in 2014, I got a little sick. My health took a little bit of beating. I developed a kidney cancer.
Oh my goodness!
And I remember the doctor telling me,
right?
Doctors are nice sometimes, but sometimes they're really crude. That they really, ram into you. He says, you know what? You got a tumor on your kidney the size of a tangerine. And we don't know how much this has spread all over your body. If, it's by opening you up, we're going to find out at what stage you're at. So there's no guarantees. So basically, I'm telling myself, you're actually telling me that I may be dying here, right? Is that it? Okay. So I went home. And before I left the office, he goes, oh, try not to think about it. It's, it's going to be okay. Yeah, right. You just told me you're going to open me up, not knowing what's going to come up. And I might be here, for my final days. That was a huge wake-up call. And this is what I want to tell the audience is that you're here right now. You don't know if you're going to be here in 2 years, in 3 years. You don't know. So this is why I hugely urge you people to live out your dreams. Do it now. Don't wait, because waiting, it just can bring regret. I should have. Do it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And this is basically what this is. It's part of a bucket list. It's part of a not having regrets, which we spoke about last night on the phone.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what this is all about as well. So I want to thank you, Robert. This has been amazing. Thank you for twisting my arm and forcing me to do this. I really appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let Esther know. Show her your love through your reactions, all of her comments. And if you agree with me, I'm putting you to a dare. If you agree with me, Esther has to come back with her show officially. Okay. And so I want you people to show Esther all of your love. Esther, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here tonight.
It's absolutely my pleasure. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And guys, seriously, if you want to be on the show, just DM me. I would love to have you, and we could just shoot the breeze. Thank you.
Esther, do you know what to do from here?
End broadcast?
You got it.
Okay.
We'll be talking on the phone. Well, actually, end the broadcast, okay? And then we can pick it up from there. So I'll let you end the broadcast, and I'll be yours in a sec.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank everyone.